Recording. Welcome to our July DAP Informational. I am JD. I'm excited you guys are here, and I'm going to kind of dive right in. I want to be respectful of our time, try to keep it to a good solid 40-45 minutes or so. As always, the chat is open. Please feel free to write in any questions that you guys have. But I'm excited to do this informational today, not only because I love talking about this program, but also because we just actually wrapped up some mid-year statistics. We were preparing for our company's leadership team to kind of review, and in doing so, we got to reach out to our current DAP clients and really look at and get some great testimonials. So I want to share some of those later on, some testimonials about just how much some of our agents are loving, well, all of our agents, frankly, are loving being DAP clients right now, and then just share some of the really cool statistics that that we have right now. So I'm, like I said, I'm just going to dive right in. And really what we're going to talk about is what the Digital Accelerator program is, what its core value proposition is, what our different levels are, like the different programs that we have, and then what makes this a good fit. It is now a good time for you to be a part of Digital Accelerator, and what makes a good DAP program versus one that could be a little rocky. So what Digital Accelerator is on the whole, I'm going to pull up this DAP page. We're going to spend a lot of time, of course, looking at this DAP page here. What Digital Accelerator is on the whole is it is a digital marketing and technologies program. Now you'll see right here at the top of the page, the first thing you see after the banner is it is not a lead gen program. Now we're going to talk more about that as we go, but what I really want to focus on is this is a digital marketing and technologies program. There are leads included, but what this is a program that its core goal, the main goal, is to get you, meaning the agent, and your branding out in the market. Now, your branding is synonymous with you. I always tell new agents when they're onboarding during our launchpad trainings and a lot of the sort of training sessions I do is that you are your brand. Your listings are sort of your product. It's obviously this is a mass simplification, but your listings are your product, but you are the brand. You are the reason somebody works with you. Obviously, your the brand that you actually are associated with, that you're affiliated with, is a part of that, and your listing history is a part of it. At the end of the day, people work with someone they like, know, and trust, or some variation or grouping of those three. So it's important that that is what is getting out there, that we are getting that out there, marketing you, marketing your personality, your value proposition, your unique value proposition. And that really is what we're trying to do here, is to market you and why somebody should work with you. Now, that's the main goal of DAP, of Digital Accelerator. And DAP is obviously Digital Accelerator Program, but there's so many syllables there that we call it DAP for short, of course. So just shorthand for you as we go. But of course, I also like to mention that really part of the value prop of Digital Accelerator for you wanting to be a part of it is that now, if you're part of it, this is being done for you. Your digital marketing, depending on the level or whatever level you pick, right? And you come down here, you look at social presence, web presence, plus premium, whichever of those you pick, those things are now being done for you. You don't have to worry about it. We'll talk about this towards the end of the session, but DAP, we normally boil down Digital Accelerator clients into two different groups. Again, big generalizations, either people who don't know how to do these things or who don't have the time to do these things. There's a lot of crossbreeding there. Of course, there's, I'm in this group and I'm in this group, but at the end of the day, it's I don't know how to do these things, or I don't want to do these things, or some version of both. So one of the main value propositions is now you don't have to. But another part of the value proposition is that it's custom. So I say this every single time. Just like you, if you're a licensed real estate agent, if you're associated with a board, you get inundated with digital marketing emails. Oh, you should work with this, work with us. We're going to do these things for you. You should work with us. We're going to do these things for you. I'm also a licensed agent, I'm also a licensed agent. I get those emails as well. I'm in referral, so I don't get as many as you guys do, being associated with all the different boards and associations that you are in, but I get them forwarded to me. And I also get certain ones myself. I'm also in plenty of digital marketing Facebook groups where I see people sharing their agency pricing plans, going, is this a good plan? Is this a good model? And far and away, they're always almost, I'd say 95% of the time, they're more expensive than what our accelerator program is. And the 5% that they're not, it's because it's somebody brand new to digital marketing trying to build their portfolio. And every single comment is telling them they're far underpriced. So one, our program is subsidized heavily by the Schmidt family of companies, by Mike and Steve and the entire leadership team. So you already have two value props now. One, it's being done for you. All of this work is being done for you. Two, it's on a far less expensive level than you're going to find out in the wild. Three, not only is it less expensive, all of your advertising campaigns are included. The vast majority, and I'm not saying this facetiously, I cannot speak today. The vast majority of the programs you find out there, and I'm going to see if I can find one that I had actually saved a couple months ago, that you find out there are all built around only posting. They very, very few of them actually include ad spend and targeted advertising campaigns in what they're doing. So here's one that I actually found. I actually have this right here. This one is a little bit, just to prove that it's real. Oh, you can blur it out. Just to prove that's real, I have it on my screen right here. This one is a little bit based around video, but the basic program here for this Reels and Shorts package is $485 a month, and all you get with it is 5 videos. They're optimized for social. They're delivered through Google Drive. There is caption copy and hashtag research, and they're personalized with your logo. That's it, though. $485 gets you 5 videos. In our program, for one, just to use one example, our program, our social presence level right at this point is $250 a month, includes 25 social posts, some of which can be the videos from the brand, and includes ad campaigns. So you compare those two right there, it's already different. Their premium level is $1,685 a month. Ours is $999. So not only are they, again, the pricing models are vastly different, but also ours include advertising campaigns, not just the content itself. So you've got the getting it done for you, the actual programs themselves. The pricing models are highly subsidized with our company. They include the ad campaigns, but the fourth and final, and I would argue probably the biggest ad value of all of these, are the uniqueness of it. These are not just templated articles, templated graphics. Some of them are. We do work with templates, but a lot of the templates we work with are ones we work with you to create just for you. So you enter your name, you're John Smith, you're James Smith, and you enter the DAP program. Your digital marketer is going to work with you to come up with your template, your look, your style. And now everything is going to be put in those things so that it look just like you. But also, it's not going to just be those things. There's going to be custom graphics, unique graphics for you, for your look, your branding, your style. And part of the reason we're able to do that is because when you, with a lot of these programs, when you sign up, especially a lot of the real estate ones, when you sign up, you basically check a few boxes of the sort of content that you like, and then the content's automatically posted without you really getting to see a lot of it ahead of time. Sometimes you can, but there's not a person that's really posting. There's a person at the end of the long chain, but you don't get to see that person, talk to that person, interact with that person. They're just there scheduling that content out, the same content for a lot of people, sometimes hundreds or thousands of clients. With Digital Accelerator, when you sign up for DAP, you are assigned a point person. You are assigned one of these digital marketing experts. Their jobs are literally digital marketing. That's what they're trained in. That's what their experience is in. That's what they do here. You work with a digital marketing specialist who's also a graphic designer to make that content for you. They are your point person. They have meetings with you once a month. And you connect with them multiple times throughout the month. It's not just that one time. You're emailing them, you're calling them during work hours and texting them during work hours, but you're connecting with them during all of this all the time. And if you have questions, concerns, things are confusing, you reach out to that person. You get that clarified. It's not just a support chat that you hope somebody gets back to you from. So the huge value prop of this program is that you're working with a human. And the best part is that I love to use the term point person because, as we know, things change. One of these people might, God forbid, leave. One of these people might get a different opportunity. They might move. Who knows? Something might happen where they leave. But guess what? All of us on our digital team have complete access to everybody else's stuff. So let's just pick on Nicole because she's the first one here. If Nicole were to leave, God forbid, like I said, Nicole were to leave, we would all be able to pick up right where she left off, and you wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't even feel anything. You wouldn't skip a beat. That's why I love to use the term point person, because the second someone leaves, someone else steps right in, and there is no disruption. So that's part of the reason I love the way that this program is set up, is because you get the uniqueness, but there's no disruption if there were to be anything happening along the way. So that's what DAP is at the whole. It's a digital marketing technologies program with the main purpose, the main goal of getting you out there in front of not just your current clients in Sphere, but potential clients in Sphere, and your potential clients in Sphere, to grow your business, to get you in front of people and really make it so that you are seen everywhere. One of my favorite stories, and I normally share this one a little bit later, but I love to use this as a point of how powerful this can be. There's two things. One, we started the Digital Accelerator program. I believe, let me make sure that I'm correct about this. In 2021, in 2021, that's the right way to say it. In 2021 is when we really kicked off the program, and we had some agents sign up, right away, right in the very beginning. The first February and March was when we really kicked it off. We have agents who signed up in March and April of 2021 who are still here to this day, who love what's been happening in their program, and have been here since then and have not left the program because of what it has done to their business since then and what it continues to do for their branding. So I love that we have people in it that long, but also we had one agent who was actually thinking about leaving pretty early on into her program, about 3 months in, and Tracy and I had a conversation with her, and we said, hey, you know what? Let's try to stick it out for the full 6 months. Let's see how you feel about it. And we were able to, it wasn't a feet to the fire, but we kind of talked through, and she goes, okay, we'll do that. We did that. Around 6 months in, Tracy calls her and said, hey, it's been 6 months. Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, how you feel about DAP. And the agent laughed and said, my ex-husband just called me a couple nights ago and said, or texted me a couple nights ago and said, I see you on Facebook. I see you on Instagram. I see you on Google. You're following me everywhere. How do I make you go away? And that is one of my favorite examples, because it's a little bit funny, but also because that is the goal, not to annoy your ex-husband necessarily, but that whenever someone goes online, they're seeing you. That's what we're trying to do, is that you are everywhere, that people associate you with real estate. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on in someone's life. You don't know when someone's all of a sudden going to need to move, when someone's all of a sudden going to want to be ready to buy their first home. And when they're ready, when they're thinking of it, you want to be the person who's top of mind. So this is the DAP page. So on Schmidt Resources, I'm going to put this link in the chat. This is the hub of all things DAP. This is the Coldwell Banker branded page, of course. And you can go here and see all things DAP. Now, I want to go through this program, and we're going to go through the levels and all the different possibilities within DAP. First thing we're going to start with, though, is getting started and ignite. Okay, so unsurprisingly, like we said, for a digital marketing and technologies program, it is important that you have your digital marketing and technologies platforms set up. Some agents come in and they have those ready. They go, hey, I've got a business page ready. I've got an Instagram account ready. Got Google Business or my website. Everything's ready to go. I just need to hop into it. And we go, great, let's pick a program and go. Excuse me. Some people go, you know what? I don't. I have a Facebook page, but I really haven't used it in a few years. And it's really old. Or honestly, JD, I've never set up a Facebook page. Or I have a Moxie site, but it's the out-of-the-box template. It's not really that custom, and I'd like it to be a little bit more customized. Or I don't have any of these things. So what we have is we've got Getting Started and Ignite. Now, I'll say right now, Getting Started and Ignite are the exact same program. Getting Started and Ignite have all the exact same features. The only difference is that Getting Started is associated with a monthly program, meaning if you were going to do the Plus program, let's just say, you could do Getting Started and Plus. You do the Getting Started program, then once it's done, you're going to roll right into the Plus program. Ignite is one time. So you can see these little caveats right here. So Getting Started is a one-time fee purchasable with DAP. Ignite is a one-time fee purchasable without DAP. So Getting Started is going to roll you into a program. Ignite's basically like, hey, really, I just want these things set up. I want to have my business page set up, Instagram account set up, Google Business set up, testimonial tree, company website homepage, meaning a custom Moxie homepage, a custom domain connected. So if you were to buy johnsmithrealestate.com or johnsmithcoldwellbanker, some sort of custom domain, we're going to make sure that's connected properly for you. We're not going to purchase it for you, but if you purchase it, we'll connect it for you. Make sure listings to leads is set up, and make sure you know a little bit about BombBomb and Home Hub. And then we're going to give you a really cool offboarding document as well. So if you want to do Ignite, if you're interested in doing Ignite, the one and done, you can actually click on Ignite, and it's actually going to take you right to the marketplace. So you can take it right to the marketplace. You can go through all of the things here like we have. You can literally add it to your cart right there, and then check out and purchase it right through the store. So you go here, you check out, and you're going to purchase it, and then you're going to be in the list. I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to make it happen from there. So Ignite is one and done. Now, two things about Ignite. We've had people go through Ignite, work with one of our digital marketers, love it so much. We actually have an agent right now who's about to start DAP, a program next month. And they loved Ignite so much that they actually wanted to go and do a monthly program, a social presence plus web presence, etc. If that is the case, if you end up doing that, you're going to get $50 taken off your first month of your program. So we're not going to try to overcharge you on anything like that at all. That's not what this is about. So if you're like, hey, I know Ignite's $50 more, and you pay for this, and then 2 months later, 6 months later, a year later, whenever it is, if you go, hey, I did Ignite a few months ago, now I'm ready to do DAP, you're going to get $50 off that first month. So you're essentially paying the same as if you would have done getting started. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. But basically, if you do a program, Ignite's going to cost you the same as getting started. The second thing is that Ignite has taken off like gangbusters, which is fantastic, which means that the value is really there. So right now we have it in big bold letters right now. Right now we're scheduling out about 2 to 4 weeks from purchase. We try to make it, of course, closer to 2 to 3, but we like to be as conservative as possible, because we would rather be a little bit on the early side than make things later. We just want to be as honest and upfront, because it's important to us that when you go through Ignite, that we're not rushing anything. We want it to be as smooth and as powerful of a experience as possible, because we want everything to be set up the right way. So when you go through it, so we're about 2 to 4 weeks out right now for starting the onboarding. Now I'm going to connect you. I'm going to reach out within 4 to 5 days. Normally I'm going to call you, and then we'll get something on the calendar to reach out. To connect with your digital marketer. I'm going to do that within a week, and we'll get that on the calendar for those few weeks out, but that's not going to be until a few weeks out. So hopefully that makes sense. You're not going to purchase this and then not hear from anybody for 3 weeks. You're just going to purchase it. We'll get it on the calendar, but it's still going to be a little bit out. And then all of these things we'd get done all within roughly a 30-day period. Now, some of that is reliant on you responding in time. We have some agents who get super gung-ho and then don't respond to things for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And that pushes those 30 days out a little bit more. Oftentimes we can complete it all a little bit sooner when that collaboration is there, but we like to say all within a roughly 30-day period. So the Ignite is great. It's one and done. You get in, you get all the stuff taken care of, and then you get out, right? And I've had, and I'll say this for this, and I'll say this for DAP too. Some agents look at the Ignite program and they say, well, hey, JD, I don't really need that. I know how to do all these things. And genuinely, I'll go, great. Then Ignite's not for you. You don't need, we'll say this with Ignite and we'll say this with DAP. We are not here to try. This is not a numbers game for us. This is not just try to get the most amount of people in. If it's not right for you, then it's not right for you. Or you may look at this and say, hey, I know how to do all of these things except for Google Business. Then I'll say, hey, that's great. You and I then, let's have a meeting and we'll talk about how to do a Google Business profile. Or you can meet with Nicole or Susie and let's talk about how to do a Google Business profile. There's no point in us charging you $150 for one thing. So if you look at these and you go, I know how to do all of these, but this one or one of these, two of these things I have a couple of questions about, then let's just have a meeting and talk about that versus paying all that just for one or two of those things. So if you start going 3, 4, 5 things, then yeah, Ignite's going to be perfect because it's going to be taken care of for you. But if you're like, it's just this one thing I have questions about, then let's sit down, talk about it, and go from there. But the value of being able to have these things done for you, have a custom Moxie website built for you, or website homepage built for you is huge. And to be able to see all that stuff at the end of the day and go, this is all my marketing is super, super fun. Any questions on Ignite or getting started? Oops. All right, so you've got everything ready. You've got your digital marketing platforms ready to go. Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, all these things. Now let's move into the programs themselves. So as you can see, we have 4 different levels. social presence, web presence, plus, and premium. We're going to go through each of these and kind of understand the tenets of each of them. And then we're going to go into some of the fine print asterisks for most of them here. Now, this is something I take a point of pride in. People have looked at these and gone, well, JD, those lists look kind of short. And then I've had a couple of agents actually send me other programs and go, these ones look a lot longer. And it's literally programs with like a much longer list of line items. And I have maybe a little snotty, but I have taken a screenshot. One time I printed, but I took a screenshot and then just underlined things or crossed things out or circle things and gone, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean anything. This is the exact same as this one. This means this is, because what people like to do is inflate. They like to peacock it, right? They like to puff all their feathers out and go, look at all of these things that we do. When at the end of the day, 7 of them mean the same thing, 3 of them don't mean anything, and then there's only 3 or 4 things. So I want these lists to be concise because I can tell you what every single one of these things mean. And so, because I don't want to confuse you, I don't want to try to overwhelm you and go, oh wow, they do so many things. We do a lot of things. These things are all incredibly business oriented to make your marketing powerful. The last thing I want to do is try to make it look like it's this crazy, like have a whole long list of meaningless points. What I want to do is tell you what we're going to do, tell you how it's going to affect your business, and then go from there. So the social presence program, let's go with these. So basically the social presence and the web presence are like 2 halves of the orange. And then the plus is you take both halves together. And premium is just, I guess, a watermelon, if you will. It's summer. It's a weird fruit analogy, but you're going to go with me on the journey. So social presence program. Social presence is all about the social media aspect of it, specifically Facebook and Instagram. And as you can see, we have 4 to 5 weekly posts on the business Facebook, on your business Facebook page. The 4 to 5 weekly posts generally include 2 to 3 custom graphics for you, either for your listings, for branding, whatever you and your digital marketer decide. And then normally a couple of sourced articles from sources online. This is also something that's discussed with you and your digital marketer. Some people say, hey, I love interior decoration. Some people say, hey, I love just real estate news. Some people say, hey, I love a variety of these things, or I love my brand's blog, the Coldwell Banker blog, whatever it is. It's not going to be just random stuff pulled from random places. It's going to be a conversation with you and your digital marketer. But that's where that stuff's going to be. There are going to be a couple of articles and then custom graphics. 2 to 3 weekly posts on Instagram are going to be the custom graphics exclusively on the Instagram page. Your Google business listing, if you have any maintenance or updates to that, those are going to be performed for you as well. A Google business listing, guys, looks like this. So this is all this stuff right here is just maintenance stuff for that would not actually show up, but this right here is a Google business listing. What this is when someone searches my name, JD Waldvogel Real Estate, JD Waldvogel Coldwell Banker, whatever, this is what pops up. My headshot, my market area. Actually, that's a pretty outdated headshot. So do I have my other one on here? No, I literally just removed it. So never mind that. My contact info right here. This is all something that we're going to set up for you. It can take a little bit because Google can be kind of finicky with some of their crap, but we're going to set this up for you. And then if you ever go, hey, I have a new headshot or I have some new information, we're going to make sure we change all of it. This is a little bit more static than a Facebook or Instagram account. Sometimes there are things that you can post as posts, but it's just a little bit different. So, but if there are ever any things you want updated, we're going to make sure we take care of that for you. So the next part, we're talking about advertising, custom landing pages for additional property marketing and lead gen. Whenever you have listings, we're going to market those for you. Whether they're listings that are yours or maybe listings for open houses that you're hosting or whatever, we're going to make sure that we are marketing your listings for you. So we have custom landing pages we can build, and not only the landing pages themselves, but the social graphics for those can be customized. And then we get into the advertising. We're going to do up to 2 targeted ad campaigns per month. This is where this whole thing is where especially the graphic design expertise comes in, but especially here, this is where our digital marketing expertise comes into play. We know how to build powerful ad campaigns that work, that generate leads, that generate impressions and clicks and reach. It's not about the most campaigns, it's about powerful, specific campaigns. So we do up to 2 ad campaigns a month. And if we don't have 2, sometimes it's better to do 1. To do 1 powerful ad campaign instead of splitting it up into 2. That's a conversation you're going to have with your digital marketer, and they're going to advise you on what they think is best. And then, of course, we have the lead opportunities. We're going to deliver up to 15 lead opportunities per month. Sometimes we can overdo it and hit more than that. Sometimes it's a little bit under, but we try to do up to 15 a month. That's our kind of benchmark for what we're able to do. We'll talk more about those leads later on. All ad spends included. You're not going to spend $1 over anything, $1 over $250 a month. Lead opportunities are based on listings provided by you. So listings are far and away the absolute best way to generate leads. They just always are. There are other ways that we have, but listings have proven for years now the best way to do that. And then I guess we're doing the asterisks now differently than what I said. And then we once a month we meet for a touch base, basically, where we are going to supply you with a report of all of the analytics from the past month and how great everything's performing, and kind of go over what's going to happen for the next month as well. Answer any questions and talk about any listings you have coming up, anything like that. But we like to touch base at least once a month where we really go over things. And then, of course, we're going to touch base more. We're going to call, text, like I said, email over the rest of the weeks just to make sure everybody's on the same page. So that's social presence. Web presence. Web presence is not about leads. It's not about social media. It's about your website and Google. In web presence, we're going to manage your website. We're going to have that custom homepage for you, but we're going to continue to make edits if you have edits on that homepage. We're also going to have custom searches and custom community pages for you. So basically additional content on your site for you. We're going to make sure your testimonial tree is completely configured and automated and make sure that listings continue to feed there. If you're interested in something called Google Screened, we're going to talk way more about that if you're part of Web Plus or Premium. But basically, it's a new ad format from Google, newer, I should say, that we have looked at for a long time to try to find ways for us to do it for you. But Google Screen basically means that I'm seeing if I can get a version of it up as an example for you right now, but it doesn't look like Grand Rapids Realtors. I don't know if it's going to let me. Yeah, oh, perfect, it did. So a Google Screen that looks like this. I Googled Grand Rapids Realtors, and these three guys just came up right here with all of their reviews, their information, and it has a little check mark here that says Google Screen. Basically, it's Google saying, hey, these guys here, Larry Martin team, Mark Deering team, Yoder Real Estate by EXP, these guys are good. We at Google are saying these guys are good. So they're really powerful ads, but the problem is that they require background checks, they require insurance confirmations, all of these things that we just can't do for you. We've tried, but it requires too much personal information for us to set up for you. So we're going to help you do that, walk you through it, but it's still something unfortunate that you need to do on your side of things. But we're going to walk you through that. And then instead of Facebook ads, instead of lead ads, so this is the one program, Web Presence, with no leads. We're going to actually do a 24/7 Google ad campaign for direct website traffic. The goal of a Google ad is branding and to get people to your website, to get people to to drive people to your site to see your branding. So when people are searching for realtors in your area, realtors near me, whatever the whatever the keywords, whatever the targets that you discuss, that's what they're going to see when they go on Google. So Web Presence is the one program without lead gen because it's all geared towards traffic, and Google ads are super powerful right now. They have a higher price point, which is why the program is much more expensive, but that's because the ads, Google just has a higher price point, and we want to make sure, like I said, the ads that we're running are actually helping your business, making them more business effective. So like I said, social is kind of the social media side of things. Web presence is the web and Google side of things. Digital Accelerator Plus is basically both of those things combined. So that at first you're going to see all of that, right? You're going to see your Facebook business page, your Instagram posts, just like in Plus, Google business, or sorry, in social presence, Google business listing, just like in Plus, Google screen setup, just like in web. Geez, oh Pete, I'm getting all my terms mixed up. Apologies. So Facebook, Instagram, Google business, just like in social presence. Google screened, just like in web presence. You're going to have higher ad spend, but you're going to have ads on both of these things. So on Facebook, Instagram, and Google, we're going to be running ad campaigns for you. You're going to have up to 3 ad campaigns a month. We're going to do the Google ad, and we're going to deliver up to 30 lead opportunities each month. So everything just, again, that's all dependent on making sure listings are being provided, but we're basically doing all of those things combined. And then a couple new things come into play, which is making sure that we're actually running a monthly curated and distributed newsletter for you. So we're going to build a newsletter within Moxie Present and send that out to your contact list, as long as you have a contact list already uploaded into Moxie Engage. And then review and brand reputation management. This is making sure that not only is testimonial tree set up the right way, making sure that it's being sent out after your closings, making sure that if it's connected to the right, that's connected to the right places, that if it's not, that if it's maybe only connected to Google on purpose, that your testimonials are still being put on Facebook and other places through social graphics, making sure that those testimonials are also sometimes making it into your newsletters. It's another great place to put it, and making sure that if we see messages or things like that that are coming through your Facebook page, that you are seeing those and responding to those. We're not able to respond to those things. The team isn't as unlicensed, but you are, and it's important that just like any other lead, speed to lead is huge. And then this one should really be on the web presence as well, but we're also going to make sure that anything that is on your website is, of course, SEO optimized, making sure that everything we do is completely search engine optimization forward. And then last but not least is the premium level here. So it's everything, like we said, with the bag of chips, with that much more everything. So this is really designed for our, really anybody can do premium, but it's really designed for our luxury designated agents and teams of 3 or more. For those teams, especially, if you have a team of that size, it's really important that that we're able to market your entire team effectively. And at those lower levels with bigger teams, with a bit more listings, it's just not as possible. So when you look at the premium level, so everything really gets, of course, everything is luxury brand, luxury oriented. Your website is all luxury oriented, your social media templates and your custom templates. It's such a weird, feels like an oxymoron, but it's true. Your custom templates, your unique templates are all luxury branded. And then, of course, you've got the weekly posts on Facebook, weekly posts on Instagram, Google Business, Google Screen, making sure everything is SEO managed, but also luxury curated, luxury dedicated, curated newsletter, review and brand reputation management, curated luxury agent and team content, which is just another point really hammering home that everything we do, all that content that we find for you and the templates we create are all going to be luxury oriented, really, really high end, really, really hammering that image of high end, affluent content, listings, branding, etc. And then again, it's the ad spend, it is the ad campaigns, it is the Google campaign, it is the lead opportunities. Now it says that we do up to 5 ad targeted social media ad campaigns. We do that mainly if you have that many listings per month. I highly recommend, and the team will echo this as well, highly recommend to not do 5 campaigns per month if it's not a necessity. And the reason is because if you do less, if you do 3 or 4, they're just that much more targeted. You're able to put bigger pushes behind those 3 or 4 listings or campaigns instead of 5. It's always possible. We'll always do 5 if you've got 5 great listings that you want to market, but 3 to 4 is always more of a best practice. But we also want to make sure that your listings are getting the love that they need. So these are the programs. We get asked a lot, can you switch programs? Absolutely, totally. If you start in social presence, or you start in web and then you want to jump up to plus, or you start in plus and you have to go down to social for like financial reasons, totally, absolutely understandable, all absolutely possible. I caution you against doing that too much just for the sake of it. Like, oh, I want to be in social, then go up to plus, then go down to web. I wouldn't do that just for the sake of it, because consistency is so key, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here. However, it's the possibility is there. It's just not something you want to abuse, because then the consistency, half the goal of what we're trying to accomplish, isn't going to be as accomplished. Questions about the programs themselves? Going. Beautiful, lovely. Okay. All right. Well, then let's keep going here. And because we're kind of getting to our last little section, I want to make sure that we talk about, are you ready for DAP? The ideal candidate, and then kind of what it is. So let's start with what DAP is. We have focused on this pretty well already, but I just like to drill it down a little bit more. So what DAP is, see if I can zoom in a little bit more, because if you guys are on smaller screens, this is kind of what we started with, but it's 50% focused on brand reputation. Like I said, this is how you are viewed by the consumer. Does the consumer trust in your brand? Are they confident in working with you? This is where your unique selling proposition shines. Like I said, this is, do they like you? Do they know you? Do they trust you? Do they want to work with you? You are your brand. About 40% of it is focused on marketing your listings, open houses, sold, local market stats are huge. This is stuff we were talking about earlier, right? We're making sure that we're doing those things, which is also marketing you to a degree. But that's almost more the product, where that's why the bulk of it is making sure we're focusing on you. And then, of course, what comes when we're effective with doing both of those are lead opportunities. People who have expressed some type of interest in a home, selling a home, or whatever. Now, again, this is 10% of what this program is focused on. We hammer this home like crazy because through games of telephone, we've had people say, hey, JD, can you tell me more about this lead program that you guys have? And if that's the starting point of it, expectations are already mixed, because this is not a lead program. This is a digital marketing technologies program. The leads are unscrubbed, right? They are unqualified consumers, and it's up to you then to put them on these campaigns, to work them. I've had agents say, well, these leads that you guys give me aren't great. I said, well, what are you doing when you get the leads? And they said, well, I'll call them once, or I'll send them an email. And if I don't hear anything, then I just keep them in my CRM. And I'll go, so you're not putting them on any campaigns. You're not putting them on any, whether holiday campaigns even, or simple touch points, or any of the campaigns in Moxie from the brand, literally for buyer leads or seller leads. Because why are they just going to reach it? You can't just reach out to somebody once and go, well, they're not working. And the only dead lead is a lead who says, take me off your emails. That's the only dead lead. Every other lead is an actual lead that could be turned warm, could be turned hot. It just doesn't, you just don't know how long it's going to take. National Association of Realtors it takes between 6 to 24 months to incubate a lead from the internet. 6 to 24 months. So, and then we said, like we said earlier, lead gen is heavily reliant on listings to be provided. If listings are not provided, our ad campaigns focus on branding, which is huge, and it's so good. That to me is such a massive part of this program. Like we said, is the branding campaigns. Frankly, I think that's probably more powerful, is to get you out there, to be seen by your clients and your markets. So, are you ready for DAP, the ideal candidate? So for social and the web packages, the first two packages, the ideal candidate has established their social media platforms through Ignite, getting started around their own. I'd also, and let me say the second point too. Basically, you have your social media ready. It's there to go. Social web packages can be ideal for new agents to begin their digital marketing venture through consistent branding campaigns. Now, if you're a newer agent on this call, if you're a manager or a region leader on this call or watching this video, I would highly recommend that if you're talking to a new agent or are a new agent thinking about even Ignite or DAP, wait until you or that agent that you're considering for this has completely onboarded with everything else, with onboarding paperwork, with onboarding through something like Launchpad or whatever, making sure that all of these other early onboarding things are taken care of. Like I said, we've been doing this for over 3 years now, about 3.5 years now, actually, yeah, 3.5 years. And I can guarantee you that this is going to be lost in the fray. I was emailing agents this morning who were recommended to Ignite by their manager in May and have not been in touch since then, because there's just so much going on when you're a brand new agent to real estate or to a brokerage. I think social and web packages or Ignite are amazing for new agents to really get things going. I would always recommend waiting a little bit until some of the dust is settled with everything else. For plus and premium packages, the ideal candidate has at least 1 year in the business and has listed and sold at least one property successfully. Especially when we're doing higher levels of lead gen, we have had leads convert within literally within a week. So that's obviously the exception to the rule. However, if that happens, you want to be ready to work that lead and know how to do the paperwork, know how to do all of these things. And because there's that much more, there are that many more ad campaigns and things. It's important to know how to run with all of those things. So it's highly recommended. We really don't want newer agents in those levels unless you are really just kicking butt and can financially commit to that part. You know, they're just that much more expensive too. Has at least one listing, preferably two at all times. Listen, I know what the market is right now, right? I get that. We're not gonna hold you to that. However, these could be your listings or office listings. Lead gen is so heavily reliant on listings being provided that if they're not, like we said, our ad campaigns will focus on branding, which is great, but that's also going to be made, in writing between you and your digital marketer so that everybody is on the same page. And then, of course, has the ability to commit to at least 6 months. And again, I know the market right now. I know how things are scary. I think now is an amazing time to double down on your marketing because so many other people are pulling out. And that doesn't just mean digital accelerator or digital marketing. It means print marketing. It means every other version of marketing. Doubling down when people are pulling out is only going to build your base that much more. So I get that. I think it's a great time to start your marketing. However, we also know that now is not is not the easiest time to do that. Starting and stopping though is not effective. So if you start DAP, it's best to try to do it for at least 6 months to, and the majority of people who hit that 6 month point, they stay for a very long time. So like I said, a lot of them are in the program for years, are still in the program, have been here for 18 months, have been here for 2-3 years. But we understand that, hey, I just can't continue to afford this right now. I don't have the marketing budget. I don't have the ability to do that. We're going to understand that we're not going to hold your feet to the fire for that. Is proficient in the tools that help you farm leads. Basically, and staying down here, right? Be able to nurture and develop leads and work the sales cycle. You know how to do your side of things, right? I always say our job is to do the digital marketing for you, execute the ad campaigns, and deliver the results. And sometimes that means deliver the leads to you, right? Put the leads in your account. Once the leads are there, it's your job as the agent to work the leads. It's your job to reach out to them, to know the scripts, to know how to talk to unscrubbed leads, to know how to talk to clients, to know how to respond to clients. We are the digital marketers. You are the professional realtor. And that's kind of where that's the passing of the baton, so to speak. And then the last point is this. This to me is the most important point. This has been the make or break. And I'm going to say overwhelmingly 85 to 90% of the time that a program hasn't worked out well, it's because of this point. Collaboration and effective communication. Those are the keys to Digital Accelerator. You will collaborate and effectively communicate with your digital marketing specialists and engage them to create specific content to you, including your unique selling proposition. Listen, we hold ourselves accountable to you. We need to be responding to you. We need to be making sure that we're checking off. Every single one of these things is going to happen weekly and every 30 days. Every 30 days, we're going to have done all of these things. 2 campaigns a month, 15 lead opportunities a month. The custom landing pages are going to be done every month. The weekly posts are going to be done every week, every month. These are all going to be done every 30 days. And we're going to have reports for you every 30 days of what's happening. However, we need that direct collaboration and that effective communication, especially if you're saying, JD, I really want to see everything before it's posted or scheduled. Makes complete sense. I completely respect that. I understand why you want that. But if you're going to ask us to do that, then you need to make sure you're responding when you ask that. Because we've had to say, I want to see everything. I really want to make sure everything is posted, that is posted looks great, or that if I can tweak the verbiage beforehand. So we'll send people stuff 3 days before the next week, and then you hear nothing for 3 days. We'll check in. I'm busy. I can't look at it. And then they'll be upset that nothing was posted, but we don't want to post it without their consent. And then all of a sudden we're in this weird sort of match. So effective collaboration, showing up to the meetings. Again, I know what real estate is like. If you can't make it to a meeting, just let us know. Hey, I'm so sorry, JD, I can't make it today. Can we reschedule for next week? Can we reschedule for tomorrow? Can we push it back 2 hours? Effective communication is key to that. Any questions on the ideal candidate or what the program is? Okay, last couple things, and then we're all set here, guys. So we talked earlier, if you're interested in Ignite, you can go right here into the marketplace, purchase the program, and go from there. You can purchase it. I'll reach out to you in a few days, probably within the week, and we'll get something on the calendar. If you're interested in the DAP program, doing one of the monthly programs at the bottom of this page, and yes, every time people go, why is the form at the bottom, JD? Well, that's because you can't say, well, I didn't see any of the other stuff on the page. We put it at the bottom, so you have to look at this stuff before you go to the form. Yeah, because we know how you work. So if you're interested in Digital Accelerator, sorry, I know that was probably a headache for a lot of us. Go down to the bottom of this page and there's a form. Think you're ready for DAP, fill out the form below and we'll be in touch. Name, email, phone, region, which program you're interested in, you're thinking about getting started, and any additional comments. You fill out this form. Tracy's going to get in touch with you when her schedule lines up, because it's really important to her that she essentially vets you, that she has a conversation with you. Because I said this about Ignite, but we've had people choose social presence or any of them, and then get on the phone with Tracy and they go, well, Tracy, I do know how to do a lot of this Facebook stuff. I know how to run the campaigns. I know how to do the posting. And Tracy may go, you know what? Then maybe DApp's not right for you. And not in a snotty way, not in like, oh, you're better than this way. But if you know how to do those things and you've been doing them, then maybe you just don't need DApp. Maybe you have a couple of questions about digital marketing and you talk to JD or somebody on the team, but you might not need the program. Or maybe you say, maybe you guys have a talk and she goes, hey, you know what? Maybe you need a bit more time. Maybe 3 months from now is a great time. Because again, it's not a numbers game for us. It's about the right people at the right time. The last thing we want to do is push you into this program. And she also, if you've talked to Tracy, she's a straight shooter and she wants to make sure that this is right for you, and your business. So she's going to talk with you. If now's a good time, awesome. If all the boxes are checked, great. She and I are going to talk, figure out which digital marketer is going to be the best for you, and then go from there. And then we'll get it on the calendar. We'll make sure that as the timing is going to work out, because again, we never want to overcrowd everything so that you feel like things are being rushed. We want everything to be timing as close as we can, or as well as we can, so that everything runs super smoothly. So you fill out this form, and that's how it's going to go. Now, I did want to share, like I said, a couple of the awesome testimonials here. It was super fun for me to be able to look at some of these awesome stats here. So this year alone, I'm talking just the past 6 months, from January to June, on Facebook, our ads have served over 6.3 million impressions. That means they've been seen by people over 6.3 million times on Facebook and Instagram and all of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all of their platforms, and have been engaged with, meaning clicked on, shared, commented, hearted, whatever, like heart liked, over 233,000 times, which is crazy. 233,000 times our ads have been clicked on and interacted with by clients in their local communities. Google's the same, 5.99 million impressions served. We have stats here that basically say, without getting too far into the weeds, that our ads perform far better than the national average. Not just for real estate, not just for certain platform, but across the board, our ads perform. And that's where that's where the best practice is. That's where our professional skill set comes in. It's not just, oh, we're doing this for you, but we're doing it professionally. We're doing it with knowing what we're doing, which is important. And then a couple of testimonials here that I love. I have 3 pages here, testimonials. And I just wanted to share a couple of them. I just want to choose a couple almost at random here. See, that's just picked up. This is a cool one. This is someone who was in the web presence program, an agent in Florida. And she goes, I actually had someone call me from Massachusetts today, an agent with his manager looking for a referral partner, a global luxury agent. They chose me because of my website and the videos on my site. So there's 2 things there that I loved about this. One, they were searching for agents in the Florida area, in the Sunstar, Florida area. And so the first thing was, her site came up because of the ads that we were running. And then 2, they loved the look of her site and what it said about her being an agent so much that they chose her as a referral partner from Massachusetts. So that to me is a 1-2 punch. They saw the site because of the ads from DApp, and then they chose her. They chose her because of how the site looked. So I love that one. Let me see this is for one of our agents, Sarah. She's fantastic. Or one of our digital marketers, Sarah. I have thoroughly been impressed with Sarah and our digital marketing department. I went from not having or wanting a Facebook page to now getting new attention and marketing materials through Sarah, guiding me through the DApp process, new look, new logo, Facebook page, and voila. Instagram reach, new leads, and clicks. She has an amazing knowledge of the tech world and is patient, helps me with my next steps, and has gently pulled me into the 21st century. I thought that was a really, really sweet one. This is another one. This is about another one of our Dapper, Susie. She's an asset and a great addition to our team. My teammate and I stay busy and really don't have the time to do all the necessary things online that we need to. So Susie has filled that void, very large void, beautifully. I can't imagine a better fit. We are very appreciative of her knowledge and expertise and appreciate the intangible qualities that she also possesses in abundance. I have found the improvements you have made. This is a different one. You have made for me have proven to be very beneficial and should be helpful in improving my business. My website is much improved. The influence of my business page are also well received. I'm receiving great feedback. Reviews at a great deal, received many likes. It's honestly reading some of these things. It's not just little updates here and there. It's great updates and reactions that you are going to get from your clients, from your sphere. So I am consistently impressed with Mia's follow-up and attention to detail. She helped me update my presence on social and even my email signature by adding logos. She was patient with what I didn't know about some technology features, and I reached out with her with some questions. She responds quickly. She has been very responsive to my needs. It's just fantastic stuff. So that's it. That's what I've got for you guys today. Again, the form is here on the Schmidt Resources site. I put the link in the chat. Of course, this video will be going on Schmidt Video Classroom this afternoon still. The link will be there. If you have questions, you can always reach out to myself and Tracy directly. But that's it. So thank you guys for your time. I hope it's been a great Monday for you so far. I hope it continues to be a great Monday. And I will see you on the next call. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your week.